Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 34 of What If Naruto Was Neglected by everyone. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, stay in tune for What If Naruto Was a God Amongst Man. I'm going to be posting over on Anime King 2. I already posted a new episode of What If Naruto Was a Badass Genius, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And over on Anime King 2, I posted a new episode of What If Naruto Was a Deceitful God, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for your help and your support, and remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last part we left off, Naruto was having an inner struggle, which caused the entire place to shake because his power was going out of control. As a group, along with Menma and Liz and Conan, rushed over there to see Naruto as he was just floating in the air. After destroying the moon, Naruto's body was enveloped by a strange aura that wasn't allowing anyone to go near to him. Meanwhile, in his mind, Naruto was having an inner battle with himself, as Naruto's emotions have been rather off-putting lately. It's because of absorbing Kaguya and the Jobe. He hasn't really been himself, and his real emotions, Uchiha Naruto is fighting through as he walked back on surface. As he showed him all of the pain that he went through at Konoha, everything that he achieved so far, was he going to make it all feel meaningless by having no emotions? As Naruto realized, he was right. His inner self was right. His emotions, he needed them to feel. He could not let everything go to his head because he has power. As he stretched out his hand and reached towards his emotions that envelop him, as a spirit around him that was consists of Kaguya wrapped in around him with her hair vanished. As he could now feel everything again. As Naruto emerged, the first thing he did was rebuild the moon, as he used a planetary spear and sent it up into orbit as it floated in the sky. But this moon was connected to Naruto in many ways, as he used it later on. They then head back to the village. The next day, Naruto and Menma were talking. As Menma missed this, they hasn't talked since Naruto gathered the thing inside of him. He's been off-putting lately, but now he's back to normal and even laughing and making jokes. As Menma has been seeing Guren, as Naruto spotted him leaving Guren's house, but because of his lack of emotions, Naruto didn't ask about it. But now the both of them sit and talk, as they enjoy their time. As Naruto asks Menma what is his favorite animal, as Menma said lion. As Menma was confused why he asked that. As Naruto told him to meet him 8 PM tonight. Naruto then found Liz, as Liz was happy to see Naruto's back to normal, even though he ruined her girl's day out to the other girls. As he asked her what was her favorite animal, she told him that a dragon would be rather cool, as Naruto told her to meet him at night as well. Later that night, the both of them saw Naruto, as he said begin. The moon reflected his eye, as his Renin Sharingan shined on the moon. It was connected to Naruto, it shined over the entire world, except for Kiri and the sun. As the light made everyone's eyes turn into the Renin Sharingan, as their chakra was sucked out of them, leaving them in a weakened state. Even though it didn't kill them, all of them collapsed downwards, as the chakra was pulled towards the moon and then reflected back on Naruto, as Naruto forced the chakra together with his own, making a small tiny ball, as he made another, having two balls of energy with the people of the world chakra in it, along with his to condense the ball to make it smaller, as he flooded it with his own chakra. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can into chakras, please check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. What is he doing? Liz said, as she had to shield her eyes. I don't know, said Menma, as he held on to his sister, as a massive aura was being pushed out. As Naruto was just standing there with his eyes closed, he snapped his eyes open as the two balls went stagnant in the air. The pressure vanished. As they saw Naruto slam his hands together, celestial creation, Naruto said. As they saw, chakra poured out of Naruto's body again, but this time it went over to the side. As they saw, it was a large amount of chakra. As it seems like his chakra was endless, but it was forming something. As the both of them stood there in wide eyes in shock. As the first creature it made, it was a lion. As it had 9 dangerous tails flapping behind it, but its eyes were closed and it was unmoving, but the tails were swirling behind it. It was red, with a mane around its head, and the thing was large, a bit taller than the Kyuubi, and it was muscular. Standing on all fours, it looked dangerous and ferocious, as it was mixed with something else as they could see it. It was like a saber-tooth tiger with those giant 2 fangs coming out of its mouth, as its claws were large and sharp and deadly. The next to be formed, that surprised them even more, as they saw the wings emerge, and the giant head and the reptile body went down, shocking the hell out of them. What the hell? As Liz and Menma stepped back in shock, as Naruto created a dragon as a large wing spread out. It also had 9 flowing tails behind it, as they were flapping dangerously as well. The wings flapped for a second that created a powerful gust that nearly blew them away, as they had to manipulate the wind around them to stay one place. The dragon and the lion then stopped. Naruto then turns attention towards the 2 beasts, as he was sweating a bit. He then pushed the orbs forward. The moment the orbs released from his chakra, he could feel the side effects of what he just did. The orbs went straight into the 2 beasts' head, as there was a blinding flash of light. When Menma and Liz waited, the light cleared away, as the dragon opened its golden eyes. The lion opened its eyes as it was red, nothing like the Kyuubi with slits, it was just red, going from rage. The both of them let out a menacing roar that shook the entire place by just force. They turned their attention towards Naruto, as both things looked down at him. Naruto then floated up in the air. As he flew towards them, they stopped what they were doing as they calmed themselves. As Menma and Liz watched as both of them went down, as it was like they were bowing to Naruto. 2 chakra arms came from Naruto's body, black chakra arms that went on their forehead, as the 2 creatures seemed to be smiling, as it seemed like Naruto connected with them in some different way. It was then Naruto turned his head towards Liz and Menma. He didn't even say anything. 2 more chakra arms spread from his back and raced towards them and grabbed them. The first was Liz, as Naruto moved her shirt a bit, showing her stomach. He then extended his hands, as the dark chakra formed around his 5 fingers, as he slammed it on her stomach, as she winced in pain a bit, but then a strange seal appeared on her. As the dragon suddenly exploded within chakra, it then flew straight into her, as her body was sent rocketing down to the ground, but Naruto's chakra arm stopped her from hitting the ground hard, as the chakra was flowing straight into her, as it was a lot. As Naruto turns attention towards Menma and did the same, as Menma winced in pain a bit, but the lion was sucked into him as well, as the both of them went down, as the massive amount of chakra was being absorbed into both of them inside the seals Naruto placed on their stomach. As Naruto went down, as the chakra was still being absorbed into them, as Naruto was huffing, as that took a lot out of him to combine the people of the royal chakra with his to contain it, and also the creation. That was hard to do, because it wasn't like he was splitting up his own power. He just used his power will restore itself, but it will take a couple of days. For now, he needed to rest, as he watched as the sealing was complete. As both Menma and Liz shot open their eyes, in an instant, the both of them got up. As Menma's eyes were completely red, like the lion's, and Liz's eyes were completely golden. And they also have changes as well. As Liz looked at her hand, as she saw a strange tattoo, as it was a symbol of a dragon wings spreading wide on Menma's hand as well. He also had the fangs of a lion. As the both of them looked at Naruto, "Did you just turn us into Jinjulikis?" asked Liz. As she winked, her eyes returned back to normal. "Yes," Naruto said. "Wait, aren't they going to try to take over her body?" Menma asked. "No," Naruto said. "Why would we try to do that?" said a voice. "What?" said Menma. As Liz looked at him. Who said that?" "It's me, you idiot." As Menma looked around. Where are you?" he asked. "Oh, you're talking to Mufasa," Naruto said. "Mufasa?" "Yes, that is what the lion is named. Mufasa. When I touched the both of them, I gave them a knowledge about the world, showing them everything in the past. And I told them about you guys as well, telling them that they have nothing to fear. You guys are nice and kind person. You will treat them well, and they will do the same for you. So, I'm really a Jinjuliki." "You should be proud, boy. I am the lion Mufasa. I am the king of jungle after all, and you should be proud as having yourself as my Jinjuliki." "Well, yeah," said Menma. "Nice to meet you, Mufasa." "You too, boy." "Hey, so why is mine not talking?" asked Liz. "That is Rize, the dragon," said Naruto. "Rize?" "Hey, Rize," said Liz. But the dragon was not talking to her. "Hey, Naruto, I think something is wrong." "Nothing is not wrong, you stupid girl." "Rize, why did you call me stupid?" Liz said. "Because you are a stupid girl." "Hey, you know that's not very nice. And should I care why?" As Liz then turned towards Naruto, as he had an amused look on his face. "What did you do?" she asked. "Well, I fit her with your attitude." "And what exactly do you mean by that?" "Well, you know, the bossiness that you have, the rash tone and the way you talk." "You're trying to say I'm bossy?" "Hey, take that back," Liz said. "You see what I mean?" said Naruto. "So you're telling me that this dragon is just like me?" "So Rize, you're gonna be a pain in my ass, aren't you?" "Huh, you're gonna be a pain in my ass," Rize said. "And you should have manners when you talk to me. I am a powerful Biju after all, so you should watch your tone, little girl. I can smite you with ease." "Huh? Smite me? Do you think you're a god or something?" "Of course I am. I'm the best Biju of them all," she said. You were just created like a couple seconds ago. How would you know that you're the best?" "Well, our master showed us. What has been going on in the world? Those other Bijus are nothing but weakling. I am a dragon. They're below me," she said. Liz then turned towards Naruto. She had a pissed off look on her face. "I am nothing like this," she said. "Yes, you are," Naruto said. "Yeah, he's right," said Menma. "You are. Screw the both of you," she said. Time skip. 5 days later, both Menma and Liz, along with Sasuke, who had the eternal Mangita Sharingan, as the surgery went perfect and his eyes have healed wonderfully, as they were standing on top of a hill. "It was just as Naruto said Liz, as Menma was standing at the front, as Karin was standing there as well. I can feel it," she said, as Menma here blew through the wind, as his purple eyes scanned the vast terrain in front of him, as his yellow hair just blew, as he looked over, as he could see the army coming towards the village. Naruto was right. They were all going to band together to try and take him out in the sound. But what they don't know is that Naruto just gifted them with something deadly. As Naruto hasn't told anyone yet, not even the others, as Menma and Liz was going to show their power on the battlefield. As Menma's eyes flashed from purple to red for a second there, but Karin noticed his power spike. "Hey, what was that?" she asked. Liz turned towards Menma with a look on her face, as they wanted to show the power on the battlefield, not let anyone find out yet. "I don't know what you're talking about. Your sensory ability must be getting mixed up with the opponents coming." You're wrong. I never get mixed up, said Karen. But there are truly a lot of them, she said, as she watched out as she saw the group coming towards them, as there was thousands upon thousands. She then turned her head to the west, as there was another group. It seems like this one was specialized for killing Naruto, because she could feel all the high level chakra, stronger than these other ones. These were all the Jonins and Chonins mixed up, but over there was elite Jonins and Kage level shinobi. It seems like they weren't taking any chances. Where is Naruto? Asked Sasuke. He's currently giving a speech, said Menma. Meanwhile, at the Sound Village, in a very large arena that Naruto created himself, as this place was separated from the village, it was the whole all of these ninja, as Naruto was standing on a pedestal, as he stood tall above the others looking down at them. As Naruto watched them all talk, there was two groups. There was a Sound and there was Kiri. Behind Naruto on the small platform was Mei Terumi. As Naruto looked at her and gave her a smile, she simply huffed and turned her head. This boy has been really testing her patience, saying that she's corrupted by the allure of darkness, which she isn't. Everyone was talking. Settle down, Naruto said. As none of them listened, he decided to flare his chakra a bit, as that got all of their attention as they turned towards the pedestal. People of Kiri, Naruto said, you all know me as the enemy of this world, the one to go up against all others. You should know, your beloved Mizukage decided to side with me after seeing that I am the true savior of this world. The other nations would just go back to fighting after this war. And as Kiri stand, they don't stand against the other nations. It doesn't matter how powerful you are, you cannot fight them all off. But your Mizukage has made a right choice by siding with me. For me to show you all what true victory feel like. As Naruto gestured for her to walk up to him. As they all waited. As Mei walked up to Naruto, and for just the fun of it, he wrapped his arm around her waist. She gave him a very angry look, but she then turned back to their supporters as she smiled. As you can see, we have joined the alliance to take down their other nations. After saying that, the place went quiet, as they wonder how they were going to win this war, as they started mumble and talk all over. I can see your doubts, Naruto said. You think that we will fail this upcoming battle because they have the number. But you should not worry because I'm on your side, Naruto said. Even if you're strong, how do you know you can win? We are better off siding with the other nations. We cannot put all of our faith in this. Various comments went around. I suppose I should tell you a few things. As you all know, each nation once possessed a Biju. All of that power now is currently coursing through my veins, along with special additional power. You still need more convincing. Let me show you, Naruto said. Suddenly, the place started to change, as a presence just smashed down on everyone's shoulder, as even the high-class Jonins felt it extremely hard to breathe, as everyone couldn't believe it, one person was capable of this. As soon as it came, it quickly released. Just a small demonstration, said Naruto. But you have not to fear, because I alone will not be prospering in this war. Once this is over, Kiri will be prospering through all the nations as one of the strongest village beside the Sound, because we will have our alliance. People of Sound, Naruto said, I have been your leader over the years. You have not lost faith in me, so I suggest you don't do it now. You all know what I'm capable of. It's time that we put down the other nations to show them what we're truly made of. As everyone started to cheer. But before that though, Naruto said, I want you all to go into the battlefield strong. That is why. He then smashed his hands together, as a black aura appeared around Naruto. Suddenly, hands started extended from it as it went down to the crowd. Everyone waited until the hands touched them, and then they felt it as a black aura came around them, giving them a great boost in their power. Unbelievable, a man said as he looked at his hands. I never felt so powerful before. How is he able to do that? With so much of us here, sharing that much power? Mei looked at Naruto, as in her mind she knew that she made the right choice. How could one person possess this much power? As it was beyond surprising, even though he shared his power with everyone down there, it felt like there was no end to it. It still felt like there was much to go on. So you have not to fear. Go on the battlefield and show them what these two combined villages are made of. Make them bow and respect. Naruto then turned around as he could sense a massive group coming. The group that was made for him. This is where everything come down to it, said Naruto. Now go out there and fight as your heart content. As everyone cheered, as they could feel the power, they felt unstoppable. As Naruto then walked down on the platform, as Raymond walked up to him. Sir, the allied shinobi forces are coming. It's a quite lot of them, sir. And you are right indeed. All of the Kages are separated with a special force, and it seems like elite Jonins and other high Kage level ninjas that take you down. Naruto smiled. This should be entertaining, he said, as Raymond just smiled back. His leader was a mad one when it came to battle. If anyone else would be going up against that force, they would be scared. But no, he smiled instead. Raymond, you know your job, Naruto said. Raymond nodded as he vanished. Naruto then turned. You ready, my dear, he said, as he extended his hand towards Mei. I am not your dear or your darling, she said. Let's get this straight. We have nothing with each other. We're not in a relationship or anything like that. And I'm not a lure to your darkness or anything like that. Keep telling yourself that, said Naruto as he started to walk off. Hey, I'm not joking. Naruto stopped and turned towards her. He then stepped forward in a rapid pace, making her step back, until she was against the wall. He then placed a hand on her shoulder, as she felt power coursing through her veins as well, as he shared some of his power with her. Make sure to stay safe out there. Wouldn't want anything bad happening to you. And what if that happened? What would it concern you? Naruto gave her a smile. I told you, you're someone close to me as well. And besides, who know what the future lie? And if anything happened to you, I would probably destroy all the nations, he said, in a rather joking manner. She looked at him curiously because she couldn't tell if he was joking or if he was being completely serious, as he really has changed ever since he fought with himself in that strange emotional battle. He was like a different person. Well, this was the way he acted before, he said, so he was just resorting back to that. Suddenly, Konan landed beside Naruto as she looked at him. It's time, she said. Naruto then turned towards me. See ya, he said, as he turned towards Konan. They have stopped, she said. It seems like they're waiting for you to come out here. The other group has gone towards the main forces. Wonderful, Naruto said. Where are the others? They're still up there watching the group. Go and tell them to face off against the second group. I alone will handle the first group. Konan looked at him. They can help you, she said. I know, but I'll be fine, Naruto said to her. Naruto held a hand out. It's not because of my safety. It's because I fear my friend's safety when I'm battling. This is where I will show the other Kages that they cannot beat me. And this is by using power to show them that they are far below me. So I can't have anyone too close that I really care about. So you and the others cannot be there. Mei narrowed her eyes. He said you and the others. So is this girl precious to him? Wait, why should I care? It's not like or anything, she said. Alright, fine, said Konan. But don't die. This is your dream after all. If you fail, there is no telling what will happen. Oh really, Naruto said. You really gonna bring up death? Do you really think I'm gonna die? Just don't be stupid, she said, and with that she took off. Naruto then turned towards me. Wondering who that was, he asked, "Why should I care?" "Huh. Well then, if you don't, I shall tell you anyway. It's your competition." "My competition?" she said to him. "Well, I'm not gonna explain any further," he said. "Well then, remember, stay close, and if anything, just holler." And with that he vanished. She then marched off. "Competition," she cursed. "Mizukage-sama! Mizukage-sama!" "What?" she said as she turned and glared at Ao. As the man gulped, "Everything is ready, ma'am," he said. "Alright, fine. Now go. You're in charge of the front line." "Yes, ma'am," he says. He ran off. As she stood there, what does he mean, competition? It's not like we're anything, she thought to herself, as she just marched off. Meanwhile, Minato, Kurosaki, Temari, the Raikage, Kakashi, Team Guy, Mito, and Narume, the Cloud Ninja Kinkaku squad. As there was at least 20 of them, these guys are rumored to be above a normal Jonin level, pushing towards Kage's level. The elite Anbus from the sand, the elite Anbus from the stone, and another group of elite Anbus from Konoha. This was a large group that came for Naruto. This was the main strike force. But other than that, from Konoha, from the stone, from Kumo and the sand, there was at least 50 Anbus from each nation, as they stood in front of the killing squad, as they were to first intercept the enemy. But many of them were sure that he wouldn't pass them, mostly from the stone, because they hadn't yet imagined or seen what Naruto could do. As Minato watched, as both of his daughters are at his side, as they demanded that they be in this, as Naruto told them that they will have to make a choice, so they don't see him killing them right here. But if they can, they will fight to stop him. Their brother has gone too far, and if it means ending his life to save the world, they will have to do that. Kushina didn't come, as she couldn't fight him. She said that he's her son no matter what, and she just couldn't fight him. As Minato knew that it was hard on her, it was extremely hard since she wanted to do something in the first place. She wanted to be there for him, but it was because of his foolishness. If he didn't listen to those villagers and those damn council members, none of this would have ever happened. But that was the past, this was the future. He has to look towards the future. As he then looked up to see Menma and Liz walking towards them, along with Sasuke and another girl there. Suddenly a portal ripped open right in front of them, stopping them in their tracks. As Naruto stepped out, as Minato took in his attire, he looked like he was here to fight. Because of the way he dressed, his hair was tied up in a ponytail. He was wearing a black upper armor. It was very slim. He was wearing black pants with white boots. He had on white gloves as well. Mito and Narume has already lined the place to shadow clones to gather sage mode, as Jiraiya was already in sage mode with the 2 toes on his shoulder. Tsunade has already entered her healing technique, as none of them was going to hold back. They realized what he's truly capable of. They did not test the damage until they went down there. The bodies of root agents, just pieces from the pieces they could gather. It was at least hundreds, and Naruto annihilate them. But they have a plan, because most of his attacks are mostly close range, when he just turn you into nothing but a sack of blood. But if all else failed, Minato has a plan as well. But this plan will cost his life, but it can still work. As they watch Naruto talk to the others, as Naruto then ripped open a portal right in front of him, as they stepped inside and left. As Naruto then heard explosions over to the other side. So the battle has begun, he said. He then looked at the Anbus in front of him, as behind them, a few feet away, was this supposed elite group. "So, is this it?" Naruto asks. "Yes." "Boy, this will be your end," the Raikage says. He stepped forward, as he was ready, as lightning started to already swirl around his body. I can see you're not joking. Narumi, Mito, you two have already entered your sage mode and ready to face me. Hey Minato, it seems like all of you came prepared. I wonder what you have planned. To kill me right here, or to make me surrender? Huh? Naruto asks. Naruto, I'm sorry, said Minato, but you have gone too far, and we can't allow you to keep on living. Allow me to keep on living, Naruto said. You should know something. Kurosaki, he said. When I killed your grandfather back then, I didn't have any emotions. The group looked at him confused. Yes, after absorbing so many dangerous power, my emotions were stripped of me, and they were slowly fading. So you should be surprised to find out that I didn't feel anything, but I still did it. But now, I can feel the disrespect and the rage. You really thinking that this can take me down? Minato then spoke. What did you do to the moon? And what happened 4 days ago? Well, first of all, there was some pesky vermin on the moon, and I destroyed them. It's not bother worthy telling you guys. But then I rebuilt the moon. As most ninjas were shocked when they heard that. They saw that the moon came back, but they thought that something strange happened. So that man really destroyed the moon. Even the Anbus who learned to stern their features and keep their emotion hidden were a bit scared right now. If this man can rip apart the moon, what was he going to do to them? And what happened 4 days ago? I simply stole the world chakra. I stole chakra from everyone over the world. I suppose you all figured that out by now. I'm guessing you're wondering what I did with it. But don't worry, it's a surprise. Something that will rock this entire nation. So, he then looked around at the 200 envoys in front of him. 50 from the 4 nations. So is this it? Do you think this can take me down? I have pondered what to do here. Should I just kill all of you right here and get it over with? But no. The only way this is going to stop is when you all bow down and go on your knees and beg. That is the only way this is going to stop. We will never do that, the Raikage says. He stepped forward. Never. He's right, said Kurosaki. You're going to die for what you did. Huh, kill me, said Naruto. Well then, let's see you do that. As Naruto stepped forward, all the Anbus got on guard. As Mito and Narumi stepped forward, as Minato stopped them. What are you doing, Dad? We must help. Wait, said Minato. Not yet. This battle has to make us gauge his power to see what you're truly up against. I told you already, we're the elite strike force. We're the one that's gonna take him down. I know, but what if he kills all of them? That's just our risk. We're going to have to take, said Minato. These measures are drastic. Naruto stepped in the center as he was surrounded by the 200 envoys. In an instant, thousands of shurikens started hurled towards him, mixed with kunais, with paper bombs explosive. The envoys all jumped away as a massive explosion tore through the area, shaking the entire place. As Naruto was caught in a dead center, as all of them prepared themselves to see a body lying there. But when the smoke cleared, they looked upon in shock. There wasn't even a scratch on him. Did that hit him? But then they noticed the ground that he was standing on. That part of the ground did not break, but everything is around break. That means there was some kind of barrier or something. Jiraiya boy, said Pa, if it comes up to it, we will have to try and catch him in the sage mode. Yes, that was one of the options I was planning, said Jiraiya, if this doesn't work. As he then looked over at Minato, as Minato told him his plan, as Jiraiya was sad, Minato was willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice, as he still blamed himself for what happened back then. And he didn't care if it cost him his life. At least he would go out, knowing that he saved the world from possible destruction. So, is that all Naruto asked? He flexed his hands as he moved them around a bit. Recently I've been using power to fight all my battles. I haven't had a good taijutsu spar in a while now. So bring it, he said, as 10 Anbus rushed towards him. As they watched as Naruto evaded all of their attacks, Naruto landed one blow on the first guy that hit him right in the stomach. Everyone's eyes went wide when the man's body exploded upon contact, as blood just started to rain down. I guess I put a bit much power in that than I expected, Naruto said. As he then dodged a fist coming towards his head, he grabbed the man's leg and drive the man's head down into the ground. As the man's body created a dent into the ground, as Naruto simply walked over him and squashed down on his head, killing him in an instant. Naruto then heard a roar as he looked over, as the rest of them look as well. That's what I'd use your chakra to do. 5 minutes earlier, Menma and Liz were on the battlefield. Hey, give us some room, will you? Said Menma and Liz as they passed through the crowd. As they saw the group of shinobis in front of them, from all the other nations. Mei was the first one to speak. Hey, where are you two going? Wait for the signal to be given. As Menma looked at her with a smile, I suggest you guys stay back a distance and wait for our signal, then you can jump in. What? Said Conan, what are you two doing? As Liz smiled, don't worry, we have this handled. Liz's eyes then flashed golden. What's that? Sasuke said, as Menma's eyes flashed red, as the other force looked on them. These two really think they can do this on their own. Brother, what do you say we show off? Indeed, sister, said Menma, as aura started to release off him, a strange red aura that surrounded his body, as people found this strange because this boy did not have the Kyuubi inside of him, but this power felt, no, it was different. What was this? As Karin stepped back, what kind of power is this, she said. Sasuke looked at Karin, what's going on? They're Jinjulikis. How is that possible? I don't know, she said. As Menma and Liz let out a primal scream, as the red aura came around Menma's body, as he was surrounded by a giant lion that tall over all of them, with 9 dangerous tails flapping behind it. But Liz was still there in her human form. Liz had a pissed off look on her face. Really? You're messing with me now? You want to use my power? Say please. I know that Naruto made you with a bit of saucy attitude, but can't you realize where we are now? We're on a goddamn battlefield. Say please, Rize said. I am not. Say please, Rize said. As Liz sighed. Fine. Please. There you go, it's not that hard, Rize said. Now, go ahead. Take my power. And don't do anything stupid, you dumb stupid girl. As Liz's eyebrow just perked up, as she was really angry at Naruto for giving her this bichu with this attitude. Even though they have talked over the couple of days, this dragon always acts so fancy like it was above everything else. Now witness my power, you stupid humans, said Rize, as the power exploded from Liz, surrounded her in the cloak. What the hell? The ninjas on the opposite side said as they watched. As Mei stood there, how are they? She looked at the person beside her who was Conan. What exactly is going on? I have no idea, said Conan. This must be Naruto doing, said Sasuke, speaking up. The dragon let out a roar and fly high in the sky, while the tiger roared as well as it started to charge towards the enemies. Incoming! Prepare battle station! Meanwhile with Naruto. What the hell is that? Said Minato. That is what I use your chakra for. What exactly did you do? Said Tsunade. Oh, I turned both Menma and Liz into Jinjulikis. How is that even possible? Well, this power I possess. Well, let me first tell you the power that the Sage of Six Paths possess. That is what he used to split the Jubi into 9 pieces. But what I have is something totally different. Right now, I am above the stage of 6th path, with all this power roaming inside of me. So did you really think I wasn't able to do something like that? So you came to war without knowing the power that we possess. And it's time that I show you all right here power. Because if you're going to bow down to me, I guess you have to be scared. Now, Naruto said, come at me with all you've got. All of the Anbus dashed forward as Minato stood there and watched as Naruto dashed into the crowd. He was fighting hand-to-hand combat, as he said, as he was just smashing faces, breaking necks, as he was ripping his hand through others' chests. As attacks after attacks were fired at him, but Naruto simply moved away or absorbed them. Naruto then jumped back as he took in a deep breath. Dynamic slice, he said, as he blew out a massive gust of wind. But this was not normal, as the air started to release slicing blades that went straight towards the enemy. They quickly went through hand sign together, earth style. Mud wall, they said, as a massive mud wall emerged. But to their surprise, the wind cut right through it and sliced the enemy behind it to pieces. But most of them jumped away in time though, as they quickly went through hand sign, fire style, fireball jutsu, wind style, wind palm, water style, water dragon, earth style, mud dragon bullet. As Naruto was fired from all over, as few of them then went through hand sign again, lightning style, radiating shock. As all attacks collided in the middle, as they watched a strange white barrier surrounded Naruto, as he absorbed all of it. Here, have it back, he said, as he pushed out his two hands, as a massive shockwave erupted, releasing all of the power that he just absorbed, 2 times plus the power, as it tore through the area, exploding the battlefield. As Minato and the others stood there with complete shock and disbelief on their face. It only took at least 2 minutes, but they're all dead. As Naruto stepped out of the smoke. So is that all you had, Minato? Well, if it is, I suggest you all bow down right now. Before we continue, any of you Kages, would you like to bow down to me and pledge your allegiance? We will never do that, the Raikage said. Doesn't matter how strong you are, we will still take you down. As lightning came around the man. I don't understand, Naruto said. You see what I could do. I've showed you a lot of time. I get it now, Naruto said. I understand. Maybe it's because I'm not showing you everything. Maybe it's because I haven't struck fear into your heart yet. Maybe it's because you think that you have a damn chance of winning. But you don't, Naruto said. Let me show you why. But guys, we'll be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends, your social media platform, and yeah. Without further ado, I'm out for now. Stay in tune for What If Naruto's a God Amongst Man over on Anime King 2. Peace.